Hi guys, M13 here. A while back I figured out that, not just in Taiwan but in most countries, brown signs represent touristy places, touristy destinations. And this brown sign is the mother of all brown signs. Is the Tuba Church Museum. So evidently in Taiwan there's a group of people that worship the tuba. And not only do they worship it, but they have a museum with all the different, I don't know, with all the different things they've used to worship the tuba. I don't know. So it's gonna be like I don't know, it'll be weird. And like their god will be like some fat guy with big cheeks. That can like, I don't know, like some Buddha looking guy that plays the tuba. So let's see if we can find the tuba. I don't got my GPS, so we're just going by sign here. This is a little Aboriginal type town. Okay, here's a church. I don't know if it's a tuba church though. How do I know? How do I know if it's the tuba church? There should have been a... Well, we'll just keep... There's got to be another sign. We'll keep looking. Tuba Church Museum. And somewhere up this same road is a bat cave too. So if we don't find the tuba church, then I can maybe at least take you to the bat cave. Unfortunately, the bat cave doesn't actually have any bats, so I'm not really sure why it's called the bat cave. Maybe, I don't know, maybe when seen from satellite, the mountain looks like a bat or something, I don't know. I spent 2 days at the racetrack recently. I spent one day with Charlie Borman, and a couple of days before that I went there just to practice, just because I knew I'd be riding with Charlie Borman on TV. So yeah, so I spent, I did any signs there? No? I did 2 sessions by myself when I went to practice, and then I did 1 session with Borman. So whenever you go to the track, then for the next little while, for the next month or two, your skills are improved. And that's all it takes. 1 day at the racetrack, and then boom, you're just a better rider, better, quicker, safer rider for the next few months. If you don't go again, and if you go once a month, then you're just continuously get better, I suppose. And if you go once every week, then you're just steadily getting better. Okay, there's a bus. Why is there a bus down here? Good greenery. Tuba Church. Doesn't get much cooler than a tuba church. Unless, of course, there's a Tuba Church Museum, which this is! Tuba Church Museum. I'm in a really good mood. I made a life update, and I said everything in my life is going pretty good right now, and I need to thank you guys for that as well. If it weren't for those of you that bought my private series, then my whole everything is good video would be altogether different, because I'd be broker than broke, and that would cause stress, and I'd still probably be fighting with my wife, and who knows? Who knows how different my life would be right now if it weren't for those of you that bought my private series, which should be up. Yeah, I haven't uploaded it yet, but it should be this weekend. Today's Saturday. I plan on getting it completed and sent out by tomorrow. Anybody know how to say tuba in Chinese? Because I sure as hell don't. I can say trumpet. And somebody, is there a church trumpet museum near here or something like that? Okay, we're at the end of the road. And this would be the Bat Cave, which I've been to before. And there's a long ass walking path, which I don't want to do. I don't want to walk. Yeah, I'm not going to do a walking path, not by myself. Maybe some other time I'll bring my wife up here or something. Yeah, that's what I'll do sometime soon. And then I'll bring the camera and I'll show you guys what's at the end of this path. So, and probably by that time, you know, I still wouldn't have uploaded this, so I can splice the two together, and there you go. And such a cock tease, man. I didn't see any tuba churches along this road, or tuba church museums for that matter. Back down the road. Nice road though. Nice enough anyways. See, these mirrors are lifesavers. I can look at this mirror and tell that there's no car coming head on around, you know, there's no car coming at me around this corner. Okay, what are you guys doing, man? It's a bicycle path, cool. These guys are bus changing direction. It's kind of like a hotel almost there. Yeah, these little roads are fun, eh? Like, that's probably the first time I've ever done this one in a video. Whoa, I just got really confused there for a second. I saw this road and I saw that road and I just kind of spaced out. If I was doing a quicker speed, I could have had an accident there because for some reason I just totally didn't notice that the road turned left there, and I just got confused by those two, so I was focusing on them, focusing on something is a good way to crash into it, which is known as target fixation. Target fixation is when you're going at a good speed or something, and then you notice something and you look at it, and by looking at it you kind of like steer into it, because your arms kind of follow your shoulders and your shoulders kind of follow your head. So by kind of focusing on something, you turn your shoulders that way, which kind of causes you to steer into it. Actually, it would seem like it would cause you to steer away from it, considering counter steering. But nonetheless, that's supposedly how it works. If you fixate on something, you end up steering into it. So, and what people often do is, like, when they're coming around a corner at high speed and then they notice a car, they'll like look at the car and like, oh no, a car. But by looking at the car and focusing on it, they subconsciously steer into it. And as I've said before, it's not, you know, it's just it's you do steer the way you look, but it's very subtle. You don't just like, it's not like you're going around a corner like this and you're like, oh, a bird, and you shoot off the road, you know, like it's not that bad, but it is something you do need to focus on, and I try to keep aware of it. When I'm taking corners at high speeds, I really just try to focus on my lane and where I'm going, and if a car comes around the other lane, I just try to ignore it, because chances are, if you're going at good speed and you're on a lane, there's not much you can do either way. Like if the car is going to drift into your lane or something, there's not much you can do about it, so don't even worry about it. Just focus on what you're doing. How fast are you doing? You're doing 20 kilometers an hour and you've got your brakes on. See, the brake lights are all on? He's like rolling downhill with one foot on the brakes and no foot on the gas. It's awesome. Gosh, and then he brakes for the corner. Come on, buddy. And I'm doing 80. It's a nice car. Yeah, these smaller roads are fun, but of course they've got their own different set of dangers. They got like dogs that are, you know, that live in the little houses, and you get kids and stuff that run out into the street. Bigger roads like this are a bit safer, but they have different set of dangers. Anyways, I'm boring myself here, so let's just get home. See, that's Taiwan. Little kid, front of the car, climbing around, playing with the fucking steering wheel. I don't know if I didn't notice it before, or if I just pay more attention now because I have my own son. But in Taiwan, like, I don't think I've ever seen anyone use a child seat in Taiwan. Well, okay, that's probably exaggeration. I've probably seen it before, I just don't remember. But it's so amazingly rare to see a child in a child seat in Taiwan. All I ever see, pretty much, is just kids climbing around. No, they don't even use seatbelts. They don't use anything. You know, and then these same fucking people, these same fucking parents put their kids in my schools that I work at, and then when their kid trips in my class and like cuts his knee, they come into the school and yell, "Fuck you. It's a fucking blind corner, you fucking retard." Yeah, you know, like the kids, like, they trip and they like cut their knee in my classroom, and the parents come to the school and they yell at us for how unsafe our school is. "I sent my child to your school and he comes home with a bloody knee. What's with that? Don't your teachers monitor your students? Don't they blah, 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 blah?" And it's like, okay, it's a kid. He was running around. We were playing a game in the class, and you know, he was running to the chalkboard and he tripped. Like, it's not my fault your kid's clumsy. It's normal. Kids trip. You know, that's something kids do. You know, like, and then the exact same parent that, like, literally throws a fit because their kid, like, you know, tripped in my school. Those exact same people let their kids, like, they don't even own a child seat, and they don't ever put their kid's seatbelt on, and they let their kids sit on their lap in the front seat of the car, which is like the absolute most dangerous spot for a child. Complete fucking retards, complete hypocrites. But it's just ignorance, it's stupidity. Like, they don't even. Ugh. It disgusts me. I've got a few different shots of kids, like, that doesn't sound good. I've got a few different shots of kids, like, standing up in the front seat with their hand on the airbag, you know, like, where the parents got their hands on their waist and they're just letting them stand and look out the front window and shit. And we're talking like 2-year-olds and shit, like kids that should still be in a baby seat. Look at this guy. That's fucking awesome. Good spot to make a fucking U-turn, you fucking retard. What a fucking dolt. You missed the spot, just go further, find somewhere else that's safe, man. It's funny, in Taiwan I'll see cars backing down the freeway because they missed their exit. It's pretty funny. Like, they're doing 100, they're doing like 70 miles an hour, and then they're like, "Oh shit, that was their exit," and they're like past it. They're already like in a 70 miles an hour in a few seconds. They're like far past it. They just pull over to the side, put it in reverse, and they're just backing up down the highway. It's dangerous. And you guys know me, I'm Mr. Safety, so. Okay, 20 kilometers an hour. That's good, man. Good speed.